Well, hi, it's Pastor Al here. I hope you're having a good morning. You know, if I look out my window over here, you can't really see my window, but I still see a lot of snow on the ground, even though the sun is up. And I'll bet a lot of you have spent a lot of time this last week playing in the snow because we've had a lot of great snow, right? Well, you know who likes to play in snow too? Of course, doggies. Now, I have no idea how anyone can get that many corgis. You know, corgis are one of my very most favorite kind of dogs. And by the way, I got to tell you that my dog family is going to be expanding a little bit in that in about a month, my daughter Ariana is going to be getting a brand new corgi puppy. His name is Quinn. He's about as cute as a puppy could be. And while he will live most of his time with her, she will sometimes be here in Ellensburg, and sometimes when she's working very long shifts at her hospital, Quinn will be living with us. So maybe we'll find a way to get Quinn to show up in our children's sermon some Sunday, either you know, as we're recording them now, or maybe hopefully in the not too distant future when we are back all together in church and doing this for real. I want to talk to you a little bit about me, and I want to talk a little bit about dogs, and then I want to talk a little bit about how that applies to what we've been talking about here, the armor of God. You know, that's been our topic for the last few weeks. It's a list of things in the book of Ephesians that the Apostle Paul relates elements of our faith and belief in God to the armor that an old Roman soldier used to carry. And let me tell you a little bit about me when I was roughly about your age. I didn't grow up in Ellensburg. I grew up actually in Los Angeles, a very big city, and it was very, very different from living here, let me tell you. There were lots of nice people and lots of nice things, but there were also some, you know, kind of tough people too. And I didn't live in the best section of town, and every now and then, because I ran into a gang of kids, or I ran into someone who was just trying to show off, I had either a lot of people or people a lot bigger than me decide that it would be fun to beat me up. Now, almost every time that happened, I escaped because I was actually pretty fast. And what I would do is I would run to my house as fast as I possibly could. This is a picture of where my house is, what it looks like if you look at it at a computer today. It looks a lot different than when I lived there many, many, many years ago. You might think that I got there and I ran in the front door. I didn't. It was locked, and I'd have to knock and wait for someone. So what I did is I ran down the right side of my house, and you can kind of see it in this picture here. You can also see there's a fenced gate there. On the other side of that gate was this incredible protector for me. It was a pure black German Shepherd named Maria. She looks like this. This is not her picture. I don't have any pictures because it was so long ago, but this is what she looked like. And Rhea was a beautiful, powerful, black German Shepherd who loved her family and wanted to kill anyone or anything that she thought would harm me. And as I ran down that side door and got in that back gate, she would bark like she was going to kill anything that might possibly do me any harm. And frankly, she barked so mean and so aggressively that most of the time when someone chased me home, they actually stopped on the sidewalk and wouldn't come any closer, because she was so ferocious in her desire to protect me. She was a shield for me when I was in real trouble, and I always knew if I could just get home and I could just get back to her, that she would protect me, and I didn't have anything to worry about. Now, when we talk about the armor of God, it's kind of like that. This is the protection that God is giving us for when things are hard or tough in our life. And today, we talk about one of the most protective things that a Roman soldier had. If you've got your figurine, get it out. You can see off to the side. It's a big shield that a soldier carried. And they would carry these all together when they were fighting. Most of the time a Roman soldier fought, they didn't just fight as an individual, they fought as a unit. They lined all up together, and they not only protected themselves, but they protected each other with these shields. In fact, they used their shields so effectively that they could, or gather together, cover themselves with their shields, be completely and perfectly protected, and still attack their enemy, who usually fled because they were so terrified of these Romans coming at them with their shields all locked together. Paul tells us that part of the armor that God gives us is a shield of faith. And what does faith tell us? Faith tells us that there's a God who created us and who loves us, who has plans for us that he made before we were even born. In fact, before the world was even created. God knew the wonderful things he wanted to do for us, and he knew he wanted us to spend eternity with him. So he sent us his son, Jesus Christ, to live for us and die for us, so that we would always have an eternal fellowship with God. And if we know that in the end God wins, and we're with God, we know that we win. So our shield helps us when we're worried or when we doubt or when things go a little crazy, because it protects us from all the crazy, stupid thoughts in our life that might make us wonder if God loves us or if our life has any value. God's love surrounds you like a shield, and that's wonderful news. He's always there. He will always be there for you. He'll protect you when you really need protection. Yeah, you'll go through some tough things. You'll have hard things happen. Your life won't be perfect. But in the end, God's love will take care of you. So remember that God has given you a shield to protect you in times of trouble. If you remember that and have faith in that, it's going to make it a lot easier to go through those hard times. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope you have a good week, and we'll talk again next week. Bye-bye.